Hello everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 524, The Old Mansion, Upper Beginner. It was a dark and stormy night. The wind was howling outside and the trees were swaying back and forth. Emily, a brave young woman, had decided to visit her friend's old mansion. The mansion was said to be haunted, but Emily didn't believe it. As she walked up the path to the mansion, she noticed that the front door was slightly ajar. She pushed it open and called out, "Hello? Is anyone there?" But there was no answer. Emily stepped inside and found herself in a grand hallway. The walls were covered in old portraits and the chandelier above her head was flickering in the dim light. She walked further into the hallway, her footsteps echoing off the walls. Suddenly she heard a creaking noise coming from upstairs. It sounded like someone was walking around in the bedrooms. Emily's heart started to beat faster, but she tried to stay calm. She called out again, "Hello? Is anyone there?" But again there was no answer. As she walked upstairs, the creaking noise got louder. Emily started to feel a chill run down her spine. She began to wonder if the rumours about the mansion being haunted were true. She reached the top of the stairs and saw a door at the end of the hall. It was slightly ajar, just like the front door. Emily's curiosity got the better of her, and she pushed the door open. Inside the room, she saw an old bed with a single candle burning on the bedside table. The flame was flickering in the wind, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Emily felt a shiver run down her spine as she saw a figure lying in the bed. As she got closer, she realized that it was a woman. The woman was dressed in old-fashioned clothes, and her face was pale and ghostly. Emily tried to speak, but her voice caught in her throat. The woman slowly sat up in bed, and Emily saw that her eyes were black as coal. She started to speak in a low, raspy voice. "Welcome to my home, Emily. I've been waiting for you." Emily tried to run, but her feet felt heavy. She was frozen in fear. The woman started to get out of bed, and Emily saw that she was holding a small antique music box. The woman opened the music box, and a beautiful melody filled the room. But as Emily listened, she realized that the music was not beautiful at all. It was haunting and creepy, and it seemed to be calling to her. As the music box played on, Emily felt herself being drawn closer to the woman. She was mesmerized by the sound, and she couldn't move. The woman started to sing along with the music, her voice low and haunting. Emily felt a chill run down her spine as she realized that she was trapped. She was trapped in the mansion, and she was trapped by the woman's spell. The music box continued to play, and Emily felt herself being pulled deeper and deeper into the woman's world. As the music finally stopped, Emily came back to reality. She was standing in the hallway, and the woman was nowhere to be seen. But as she looked around, she saw that the portraits on the walls were all different. They were all of her, and they were all smiling. Emily realized that she had been trapped in the mansion for years. She had been trapped by the woman's spell, and she had been living in the mansion as one of its ghosts. She tried to run, but it was too late. The woman's spell had been too strong, and Emily was trapped forever. Vocabulary notes. Dark, adjective, meaning not lit up, no light. Example, it was a dark and stormy night. Similar words, black, completely without light. Dim, not very bright. Gloomy, giving a feeling of sadness or fear. Creaking, verb, meaning making a loud unpleasant noise as something moves. Example, suddenly she heard a creaking noise coming from upstairs. Similar words, groaning, making a loud unpleasant noise. Screeching, making a loud high-pitched noise. Squeaking, making a high-pitched unpleasant noise. Chill, verb, meaning to feel cold or to make someone feel cold. Example, a chill ran down her spine. Similar words, freeze, to become cold or to make someone become cold. Shiver, to shake with cold or fear. Thaw, to become less cold. Curiosity, noun, meaning a desire to know or learn something. Example, her curiosity got the better of her and she pushed the door open. Similar words, interest, a feeling of wanting to know or learn something. Intrigue, a feeling of fascination or curiosity. Suspicion, a feeling of uncertainty or doubt. Eerie adjective, meaning giving a feeling of fear or unease. Example, the flame was flickering in the wind, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Similar words, spooky, giving a feeling of fear or unease. Sinister, giving a feeling of danger or evil. Macabre, giving a feeling of death or horror. Mesmerized, verb, meaning to be completely attracted or fascinated by something. Example, she was mesmerized by the sound and she couldn't move. Similar words, enchanted, to be completely attracted or fascinated by something. Entranced, to be completely attracted or fascinated by something. Hypnotized, to be completely attracted or fascinated by something. Trapped, verb, meaning to be stuck or unable to move. Example, she was trapped in the mansion and she was trapped by the woman's spell. Similar words, captive, to be held or kept in a place against one's will. Imprisoned, to be held or kept in a place against one's wills. Confined, to be held or kept in a small or limited space. Story written by Leo AI. Image created by Image Effects AI. To read all the story in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.